quote. Check it out. Mixed by my man Solo.
Hey, I don't do enough, I do the most. Yeah, a lot of people took me as a joke, but I'm so wavy, get on any beat and flow. Man, they act like they ain't know me, now they know. Yeah, they was sleeping on me, now they woke. Turn up the heat, yeah, I want all the smoke. Rest in peace to that girl you knew before. I done changed, elevated, I done grown. Yeah, ain't about what you say, it's what you show. We going hard all year.
Easy signing in. Stacking the strap will still get you clapped. Today we here with Truth Speaks Volumes.
What up, what up, what up?
Fire. The name is Fire.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I thought it was long as shit, but that's all right. I appreciate you. It's a long ass name.
So how did you kind of come up with that name for real?
Well, I was at first I was going by Truth, and that came from a friend of mine, Candace Long. She got a book, and it's a book about the LGBT experience, and she interviewed, I want to say like 6, 7 people, and we all got to name our chapter. It's supposed to be anonymous, but everybody know mine now because I talk about it so fucking much. But so she asked, "What would you name it?" And I said I would name it Truth because it's my truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the capital U came from being true to you. So I was going by that for a minute. I put out some songs, but when I would go try to search my name, all these truths was coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm like, bro, this is too much. Like nobody's gonna find me. So how do I just make it a little bit different? So I added the speaks volumes on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it stand out. So now when you search that, I'm the only one that come up as far as I know.
So let everybody know where you from.
PG County, man. Born in DC, raised in PG. Lived everywhere in PG for real. Landover, Glen Arden. But most of my time was in Lincoln Park.
Mm.
Shout out to y'all, man.
So give me a childhood memory you'll never forget.
Ooh, that I know getting bit in the face by a dog.
Mm.
That's random.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even no vicious dog, bro. It was one of them little baby, little Shih Tzus, man. And I always wanted I always wanted a dog. Always begging for one, begging. They never get me one. And so we had to dog sit somebody's dog. And it just bit me in the face. Right here. I still got the scar right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never forget that shit.
So what type of kid would you say you were?
Mm. Creative. Definitely creative. Athletic. I was always outside, always had a basketball, always playing with the boys, messing up my clothes, grandma getting mad. But I was, like I say, also was creative, always was into music, played piano from a young age, was in the choir, all that stuff. So started writing poetry in elementary school.
Right.
So I was just, I was a curious kid. I say that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like that friend that was just, I was out. I'm gonna just leave. I was around.
Yeah.
I was that friend, like I leave it at that though.
Yeah. So, as far as music as a kid, who were some of the people you was listening to that you looked up to?
Uh, I mean Wayne for sure. I had like a 3 6 Mafia little stint where I was just listening to straight 3 6 and Gangsta Boo and the chat.
Mafia.
Yeah, man, for
Yeah.
real. That Choices album, crazy.
Yeah.
And definitely Go Go, like that was heavy. And so them was probably the most. And then Drake came along.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, yeah, it was down south had it locked back then. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't really say nobody that ain't from there.
So how was that kind of like with the go-go being popular out on your side of town? You got the hip hop music too, but like how different was it with the go-go growing up too though? Like,
Man, the crazy thing is, I thought that Go Go was nationwide. I thought everybody knew Go because they played on the radio.
mm-hmm.
So when I was meeting people and they had no idea I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't know that was like literally like our thing,
Yeah.
regionally. So, but it was dope, man, because they would take like the hot songs, like the fire songs, and just flip them and turn them into go go. So it was crazy. So we didn't have like hip hop artists coming to our homecomings. We had go-go bands.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a vibe.
So kind of what were some of the hobbies of yours at the time as a kid for real?
Like what age we talking?
We talking about, let's say, 7, 8-ish. As really as a
Mm,
kid, still in kind of the elementary stage, really.
sports, just basketball. I thought I was gonna be in the WNBA, man.
Hmm.
It obviously didn't happen, but I love to play basketball. That's just all day. I walked around with a basketball
Who
all
put the
day.
basketball in your hand?
One of my mother's friends.
Okay.
His name was Kenny,
Hmm.
and he bought my first basketball. And I was always dribbling,
Yeah.
playing. I'm out here hooping with these niggas and butters out there going crazy. And that's what not now, man. It's been a long time since I played, but that's what I was doing. And then just playing the piano, listening to songs and trying to figure out how to play them.
Hmm.
I do that for hours.
So see, that's different because you don't really hear too many people saying as a kid they was really play the piano for real. Like
Mhm.
literally now, you can't even ask an adult, have you ever played the piano in your life? If most
Mhm.
people gonna say no for real.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they made me play. That's the crazy part.
okay,
They made me do it
right,
because I had like one of them little toy Fisher Price ones, and my mom said that one day she came and I was playing like Mary Had a Little Lamb or something,
yeah,
just by ear, and so they made me go to. I didn't want to go,
yeah.
but
So you ended up, did it kind of grow on you? Did you like?
mm,
Okay, okay,
yeah, and then when you get older, then you gotta go to the lessons. You want to still be outside. You don't want to stop what you're doing.
yeah.
It got to that point, but I loved it, man. I still do.
So did you live with both of your parents in your household as a kid?
For a little while till like 5.
Okay,
Yeah, then they split up.
okay. So who did you go with?
Moms.
You went with Mom Dukes. Now,
Yeah.
was it a decision of yours, or it was kind of?
Nah. Nah. I still don't know how that happened. Did they roll some dice? Did they do rock paper
Yeah.
scissors? I don't know. But so I went with her, and then eventually I ended up staying with my grandmother. So I lived with my
Okay.
grandmother since I was like 7,
Mhm.
and then until I moved out on my own, like
Yeah.
25 or something.
So now, as you're growing into your teenage stage, like, what's your vibe? Like, what are you really into at this point?
Let's say girls. Loved them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun back in the day, and just being outside, man. I'm a outside. Whatever outside means to you, I was outside, and so like basketball that fell off.
Mhm.
You know, piano I kept doing, but the lessons I stopped going because I was outside.
So let me ask you a question. How did you kind of realize, like, I- man, like, I ain't fucking with these niggas, man. Like, what's up, ladies? Like, when
Ah,
did that kind of, you feel me? Like,
okay. Oh, like in the literal sense.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, for real, like I always knew. Like I
Okay.
remember having like a crush on my cousin's friend when I was like 6 or something.
Mhm.
But I didn't know it was different because it was just me. It was just how I was
Yeah,
thinking
exactly.
until I said something and then she was like, "Oh no, like no, don't say that no more. What you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, I like shorty." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but I just played the role. Middle school, I had little boyfriends. At high school, I had like ninth grade before winter break. I had like 3 boyfriends.
Yeah.
I don't know why they like me, bro. But I think I was just playing the role. I'm like, oh, they
Okay.
cool. Instead of just looking at like, oh, they my friend. I'm like, well, let me just try to date them because that's what I should be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I was like, all right, this is enough, bro. Like, I think I kissed one up, and I was like, all right, this ain't it. This ain't it for me. So
So where did you kind of, let me say, not, well, yeah, where did the love for music really come from for you though?
I would say, I mean, my father, he was a DJ. like back in his day. So he had like the old
Mm.
school, like the turntables and everything. So he always
Mhm.
playing the old school stuff.
Yeah.
My mother was the one playing the Lauryn Hill, the Mary J, Escape and all of them.
Yeah.
But then growing up in the church, I was just always around it. I've
Mhm.
been in the choir since I was like 5. You know what I mean? So I just always loved music,
Mhm.
love singing, like love hearing it. So it's just I think really since you know what I mean.
So I heard you say you grew up in like a church household.
Hmm.
So were there kind of rules that was kind of stapled in your home that you really had to live by at that time, really? That you, as you look back at now?
Nah, I mean, cause my mother and father they split when I was I was young. They was like 5. I mean, I was
Yeah.
like 5, not them.
Yeah.
I was 5. Um, and then when I got with my grandma, she didn't really have a lot of rules for me.
Mm.
And I think about it now, and it's a little odd. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I didn't have like a curfew. I didn't. I just naturally did that shit. Like I just would bring my ass home. Like,
Yeah.
she ain't never have to. I mean, of course, then when I became a teenager, you bump heads a little bit, you feeling yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
but it was still. I just always naturally gave her that respect. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And didn't want to bring certain things around her, or I
Okay.
guess you could say it like that. So not really no rules though. It wasn't like a super strict
Mhm.
place.
So, as you're starting to create more music, who are some other artists that you've collabed with?
Uh, Paris J.
Okay.
He's a singer from the area. J28 out of VA.
Mhm.
Sweet Says Love, Mellow Rhymes, Babyface GC. Um, getting ready to work on a song with Val Underwood. I did a song with Ziggy. She's well known LGBT community in the DMV as well. Osua. Man, I've been working, man. I've been working like, and this is all within like a year
Yeah.
that I done did all of this.
Hmm.
Bird World, shout out to him. Um, it's probably some more, man. It's a lot of verses out there that ain't we ain't heard yet. So
So, how long have you been rapping?
I say like high school,
Okay.
like ninth grade or something like that,
Mhm.
10th
Mhm.
grade.
Mhm. So, is there anybody you haven't worked with yet that you want to kind of reach out to
Like locally or like in general.
locally?
Locally, yeah, I said Brent Fayez. I mean, he kind of out there, but really want to work with Brent. Macy.
Yeah.
She's a dope singer. I really want to lock in with her. La Bass.
Mhm.
Um, I want. She's a dope singer as well. It's a couple people, man. I had to get back to you on that. I'm on on the spot.
So, if you could get a collab now from anybody, who would it be right now?
It's just anybody. Period.
Yeah.
I said I still stick with Brent.
Okay.
I like his vibe. I think we could cook up something crazy, and it'd be from the home team. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So,
Now, when you say the home team,
hmm
who the home team?
the DMV. Well,
DMV
more
period.
specifically PG
Okay.
or DC.
Okay.
I don't. I ain't really been to Virginia, y'all. I'm sorry. I love y'all though.
So, what gives you the motivation to get in the studio and record music?
mm. I just like it's kind of like putting pieces to a puzzle together. You know what I'm saying? Like I get a beat first. I write a couple bars here and there. I might start with a hook. I might start with the end of the song.
Hmm.
It just depends. Um, I just like how it all comes together. And then when you get in here and you add all the layers to it, the ad libs, the background, it's just like I feel like it's magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you got a dope engineer, it's just that much better, bro. Like
Hmm.
it's fulfilling to me. And when people hear it and you really gotta believe in yourself, bro. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
that.
Definitely.
You gotta
Definitely.
because there've been some
Sure enough.
times where I done had some songs. I'm like, nah, this shit fire. And people used to hearing certain things from you. They used to hear you rap like this or talk like this, and they like, oh, that's different. And then later on, they like, nah, that shit crazy. But I been knew
Yeah.
that. But if you don't believe, you'll be like, all right, and toss it to the side,
Hmm.
But you just gotta go with what you feel, and that's what I do because I sing and I rap. So sometimes if I feel like I'm stuck on a rap, I'm like, I must not be in a rapping mode, and I put on an R&B beat, and then I'm like, okay, we in that vibe. So it's literally like that. I don't even sit and plan this shit. It's whatever I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
So when you hop in the whip, who you putting on?
Me.
Yeah, fire. Yeah, sure enough.
Me and my people. That's really it. You know, or some R&B. I don't really listen to a lot of rap.
Okay.
That's the crazy thing. Like,
Okay.
I maybe some Cole or something like that, but it's mostly me, bro, or some instrumentals.
Mm-hmm. So unsure of the mic. Let us know the history on
Don't know what? I'm sure.
unsure the mic.
Oh, unmute the mic.
Unmute. I'm sorry. Hey, unmute the mic. Get it
Unmute the
right,
mic.
easy.
Unmute the
Unmute the
mic.
mic.
Come
Okay.
on, man. We
Yeah.
ain't unsure. We know
Yeah.
this shit vicious.
She said the what? Yeah, y'all see how she looked at me
Uh-huh.
like you better get it right. Yeah.
Oh, the history. Shit. This was it like not last November, but was it last November? The time be going, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
the November before that. So that's when COVID was going on and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's job was threatening them like, yo, you gotta get the situation or you done.
Yeah.
And so I was one of those people who was just like, well, I'm not about to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just it just made me think, like I always said I wanted to start a podcast. I always said I wanted to do this and do that, write a book, do all these things. I never did it because I'm busy working. And I'm like, but
Mm-hmm.
if they can get rid of me so easily because of this, like I need to just do something for me. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So me and my wife, my best friend, we came up with this platform. Unmute the mic. It started out as just a podcast, where I interviewed authors, artists, people that's just out here doing good things in the community, whatever. And I was like, well, everybody don't want to do an interview, or everybody, you know, don't like doing interviews, don't like talking. So how can I still highlight the local talent without necessarily making them sit down for an hour and have a conversation? So we started the Spotlight series. And so we highlight local artists. They come on there, they do their poetry, they sing, they rap,
That's fire.
whatever they want to do. But that's how it came. It came out of like, man, fuck y'all. Okay, that's how y'all want to do. Okay, I'm gonna do some shit that can't nobody take away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I started.
So now we are now living in the COVID era for real.
Mm-hmm.
So where were you when you first kind of like how was you living at that in that moment when COVID kind of first hit for real?
Uh, I mean, I was just working, man. Like I worked
Mm-hmm.
overnight back then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when you first started hearing about it, it was like, oh, that's crazy. That's not going to really affect us because
Yeah.
that started somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then it came here. And my major thing was I was working at a college campus. I'm around hella people
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Um, so we don't know how it's getting from one person to another. So it was a little spooky for real, having to get up and still go to work and be around all these people. My wife was working at the airport at the time, so that's even more people. Um, but yeah, that's where I was at, just working like, do I want to come in for real?
LGBTQ.
mm,
What does that mean to you?
what does it mean to me? That's a deep question. Getting deeper. What's up with you, man? Pause. It's okay. What does it mean? Identity, truth, uh, discovery, confident in who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because to wear that label, and I don't really like labels, but to stand behind that banner, that flag, you gotta really love yourself, man. You gotta really love yourself because it ain't easy. I kind of feel like it's easier now, but it still comes with certain things. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm ready to give Truth something, y'all. And I want her to answer me a
Is
question.
the food?
Catch this.
Uh huh.
what type of effect did that have on your community?
The LGBT community?
No, just as
Oh,
far as out here in your area.
huh. Everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted it, and everybody was figuring out a way to get it. I seen some people not be here no more over it. You know what I mean? But it's just paper, y'all. It's just paper, bruh.
Y'all seen how she grabbed the stack first thing?
Check it
She
out.
looking.
Got some diamond hands. Look, look, look.
Yeah.
Keep right
Yeah.
here.
So, what's some things that you kind of got going on right now, though, Truth?
Ah, shit. Right
That you
now,
want to let the people know to be on the lookout for, though.
working on the project. Well, first of all, check out my latest single, Woke. Um, I recorded that right here in this studio, mixed by my man Solo, um, produced by Beat by Bam Bam. Everybody out of here, that's like the home team. So check that out. Got a video coming for that soon with a tinted lens, and working on this EP, working on
Hmm.
this project. Everybody been asking, and I want to deliver, but I want to make sure it's right. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to rush it and just throw some shit out there because it's really I've been putting out music, but I feel like this is going to be my reintroduction. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I think people are taking me a little more serious now,
Yeah.
and first impression, lasting impression. So we're gonna see.
So, give everybody your social handle and everything. Let everybody know how they can tap in with you.
Check me out, Truth Speaks Volume. So Instagram is truth underscore speaks underscore volumes. And it's the same thing on TikTok. I'm on all music platforms, Truth Speaks Volume, put that capital U in it. And yeah. No Twitter though. I still ain't figured that shit out. Old I'm an old nigga.
You said now, did you give them the YouTube channel too?
Same thing. Truth Speak Volume
Okay.
with the underscores in between. But if you go to one, you'll find it all. If you go to Instagram, you find TikTok, YouTube, same thing with it's all connected.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank you, True,
I
for
want to
taking
thank
your
you.
time out. You feel me? And blessing Cool TV Media with your presence today.
Yes, sir.
Man, make sure
Love.
y'all tap in with the gang, man.
Y'all heard me. They,
Sure enough.
unmute the mic, y'all. Fucking with
We
you.
tapping out.